Hello, and for those of you watching, it's Saturday the 24th of February 2024, and it's 8:45 in the evening. Actually, it's now 14 minutes to 9. So we're just looking at the moon whilst we've got a decent window of opportunity. I'm just going to try and centre it exactly. It's proving a little bit difficult because you only have to move even just a little tap on the direction keys really moves it quite considerably, so you can't really home in very well when you're setting it up. So right, that's getting more like it. So enter. Yeah. Anyway, I've tried to... that's more like it. So let's see if we just try and centre the moon. I keep doing them the wrong way. I can never remember how to use these controls each time because it's so long. A huge amount of time elapses between viewings that you forget everything. So at the moment I'm viewing the moon through the tree branches. So let's try and get that a little more so you can see like some darkness on I don't know how the limb will appear to you on the video, but it looks like there might be something going across the moon, a shadow. I don't know whether that is just shadow on the moon itself or whether it's well, it's not really foliage, but whether or not it's a branch in the way, I don't know. So let's move it back in situ. So there we are. And I don't know how long the sky is going to remain clear, but at the moment it is clear. There is some cloud. I think there's some cloud that's moved out of the way. I'm hoping it isn't going to come on and cover the moon. Right. Move it up a little bit. So I'm going to see if we can zoom in somewhere. So, oh wow, look at that. So we've zoomed in. Let's see what we can see of the surface. That's not brilliantly clear, is it? Oh, it's a bit better. So let's it's still not tremendously clear. I think I've had it clearer than that. I have had it clearer than that in the past. There. Right, let's move that section of the moon. Yeah, that's looking a lot better, isn't it? So my friend Jason or Chris sent me a map of the moon with all the you know, the areas of the moon written down on the map, but I don't know what I've done with that now, so I can't refer to any of them by their professionally known names. So I'm just tweaking the focusing. I can't think of these simple words, won't come to me. So when I said I'm tweaking, what I mean is I'm focusing, and the words won't come to my mind. I'm really struggling to find the right, correct words to use. Anyway, there's nothing anyone can do about that. Least of all the doctors. They're useless. I don't think that's as clear as it could be. Maybe if we zoom out a little bit. Might put another lens in. Oh, God. I tell you what, I'm absolutely sweating. It's the middle of winter and it's freezing outside and I have no heating on. And I'm sat here behind the telescope and the sweat's beginning to pour off me. I just cannot bear still air. I have to have a fan going. Let's have a look at that corner of the moon. Right. Right, how's that? Zoom in, and we'll just have a little twist of the focus, and it won't really pan in any better than that. So going the wrong way as usual. I can never get it right. They're counterintuitive, these controls on the control pad. You think you're moving the... Well, it's very difficult to explain, but you think you're going one way, but you end up going the other. So you can see there are branches in the way, and when you move, effectively move the image of the moon sideways, you can see the image of the moon clearer and better once it's away from the branches. So that's not a bad picture, is it? What we probably need is a lens with lower magnification, so one that doesn't magnify the image of the moon as greatly as this lens that I'm using now. So I think what I'll do is, without switching off the video, is I'll change the lens. The question is that the right lens? I can't remember now. Right, okay, let's try. Now, which way do we have to move this to keep the moon in the center? I'm going to move it up, and then I'm going to move it right to the left and just have that little bit poking there. So let's just unscrew the camera, and I'm going to be very careful. Let me just hopefully that will. So I hope this is the right lens, because I've got two identical lenses, but one is better than the other. So just screw this in situ. Right, there we are. So let's, there we are. Right, let's, there we are, get rid of that. Now then, let's just adjust the camera. There we are. Because you have to manually move the phone around in the phone holder as well. There we are. So I can increase the size of that a little bit, and let's increase the size a bit more, and look at the quality of that. I think that's very good. I'm quite impressed with that. Let's get it more central. You can see, again, I don't know whether it will be the left or the right limb that you're looking at, or even whether it'll be the North Pole or the South Pole, because I haven't got an image of the moon. Oh, actually, I could use my phone, couldn't I? Because I do have an astronomy app called DAF Moon, DAFF Moon, which is very good. And if I just open that up, I should be able to compare what I've got on the screen there, on the video that is, with what is on the picture that I'm holding that you at the moment can't see. Let's just move that up a little bit. So I'm going to have to turn this. Yeah, that's it. So at the moment, you can see what looks like a branch coming into view across the moon on what would be the upper right limb of the moon, going down towards the equatorial areas. I don't know if I've explained that very well, but let's just try and get the moon more in focus again. I think we've got, because the moon, because all these celestial objects are moving quite rapidly through the sky, we've managed to move away from that branch that was in the way that I was just describing. You know, before, when I was using the magnified, the magnifying eyepiece, they say that in astronomy, or certainly if you're an amateur astronomer, you don't need to worry about magnifying eyepieces like that. The one we're using now, which magnifies it less but produces a clearer image, the one we're using now is generally a lot better for amateur astronomers. That's what they say. And I would tend to agree that for purposes of viewing the moon, I'm not even sure. I think it might be a 9mm I'm using. Just a minute, I'll tell you. No, I think it's a 25mm lens I'm using. 25mm lens. And you can see some clouds going across the disk of the moon there. But if you wanted to view Saturn, you'd be much better with the higher magnification that I was using at the start of this video before I changed it over. And one day I will have to try and view Saturn and see what it looks like through this telescope. People say that these Celestron 114 LCM telescopes aren't very good when it comes to looking at the planets regarding the planetary detail. They say that other Celestron telescopes or even other brands are much better at doing that. And of course this is basically, I guess this is for amateur astronomers. The thing I like about this telescope compared to some others is that it's motorised. And it seems like a lot of the ones I've seen are not motorised. Well, that's no good for me. I want to be able to easily just pan around without having to stand up and do all sorts of gymnastics just to move the telescope round to focus it on a planet or the moon. Yeah. I'm actually, I'm just going to leave that focused on the moon for a minute whilst I switch on my torch and look at the other. Yeah, I think we've got the right eyepiece in, I think. Yeah, that's one that I've used before, the one that is in the box. Anyway, I'm muttering to myself here. I'll switch that off now. There we are. And there is a little bit of cloud cover now, but we're still getting reasonable images of the moon. I could probably, I could pan in and see if we can see the detail more. Let's just maybe try and is that focused? Right. So that's the best that I can do with the focus. Right. One day I will have a diagram of the moon that will describe all the features on it that I can refer to whilst I'm videoing. That's just moved out of focus, hasn't it? Alright, how's that? Let's move it up a bit. It's not really as crisp as some professional photos that I've seen. Right, let's let me move that more into the frame. Wow. So now I want really I want to put the sliders up on screen so that I can just press a button to zoom in and zoom out, and I've forgotten how to do that. Anyway, I did it with my fingers there, so that's not too bad. There we are. Oops, going the wrong way. I was doing it right before, and now I just forget and get confused and start going the other way. I'll probably pack up in a few minutes. Thing is, the timer on the record button is obscured by the record button itself, so I don't know how long has passed. I'll be glad to get back in front of that fan. So when I yeah, Yeah. I think we've been on for about 30 minutes now, so I'm probably going to wrap up, because there's only really so much one can show by looking at the moon. So until next time, I'll bid you farewell for now, and see you in the next video. Okay, bye.